Before I jump into the meat of this chapter, let me just say I love how Oda's been segmenting the chapters recently. Pulling the focus back and forth between the multiple places that need to be shown for the full story that he's setting up to be fully told, or at least as fast as possible. Because he's got a lot of story to tell in such little time. And rather than leaving us hanging on, he gives us what we want, such as Jack, Kid, which I'll get into further. But first, let's start off with the start of the chapter, Baltigo's, ruin. Just like many people, thought, including me, last week, the Revolutionary Army is still going. I've, Dragon, Sabo, they're fine. This is basically Oda's way of telling us they're fine. You'll see them later. Who knows? They might be injured for who knows? Either way, we know that Blackbeard, at the very least, was able to chase them off of Baltico and destroy the place enough. And the government got there and saw the ruins, and that's all of that. However, now we just want to know one thing about that. Who told the world government? Did Burgess decide to tell the government? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if the subordinate of a four emperor told the world government where the Revolutionary Army is, they'd probably be more likely to take that seriously versus someone else saying that, like a random nobody. But at the very least, that's been taken care of. Kinda wish we could have seen the fight, but we don't get to see a lot of stuff anyway. We know everything's gonna, pan out in the future. But as for that, Luffy, for the first time, sees his father's face. You kind of forget about how little Luffy knows, because we as the viewers know all this shit, but we sometimes tend to forget that Luffy doesn't know every single thing that we know. Plus, when exposition is told to the Straw Hats, how often does Luffy actually listen? And even if he listened, he still has never seen Dragon's face. He's never seen his actual face before. So that was pretty funny. Although Brook's a tease. He did this with Sanji's family, and now he's teasing potential Dragon. And in the past, when Roger was mentioned, he referred to him as an upstart from his time. So while Roger and, say, Germa 66 are a little bit more within his timeline, it's hard to remember how long Brook was stuck in that shadowy triangle of Moria's. Because in the end, he's old as fuck, but Dragon isn't entirely. But then again, it wasn't that long ago, that Roger was executed, so maybe there's some leeway, but at the same time, Rayleigh is pretty damn old, so maybe not. Either way, that has to be connected at some point, even if it's just multiple little things that Brook knows from the past, so be it. But it would make sense for his previous occupation before being a pirate as a kingdom guard, I think it was. That's how he learned his fencing techniques, to have come across with the revolutionaries. But like I said, because the time is a bit, shaky, and we're not entirely sure how old Dragon is in between, Luffy and Garp. So that's one thing, but after, the review of Baltigo's news, we go back to Zoe real quick, a touching moment with Wanda, and then, we finally learn that there has to be some way they found Zoe so easily. Big Mom found it because they had a mink. Fine. I don't know how minks can just track down Zoe, but regardless, they had a mink. Fine. I'm not going to question it for now. But Kaido, they had to have a Vivre card. For some reason, they have one. It's probably underwater. Now, up until that point, one would think, oh, but that's still not going to be a problem. But then again, why would he bring it up? Jack is still alive. Then again, like I say, it's not as if people get killed that much. I mean, Ace died, sure. People die in flashback, sure. But not many people die on screen, per se. A few here and there occasionally, but even then it's not as direct. So, you know. Plus, people are really, really durable in the One Piece world. It's like they're not durable in flashbacks, but they're extremely durable during the present timeline. Even if they're weak, they're just durable as fuck. But enough about that. Jack is alive, and we finally get to see him without his Hannibal Lecter Iron Morgan mask. He is at least part fish man. So that's been, shown. Which actually brings us back to the workings of devil fruits that was mentioned back in the Fishman Island arc with, what was it, Van Decker? Yeah, Van Decker. Van Decker being a fishman who was in an arc that took place underwater. That rose some questions, like how did it affect their fishman physiology. But because of most of the damage he took whenever he was underwater, it's not like that would affect him because he was already unconscious. We finally get to see, with Jack, how water affects a fishman devil fruit user. That's big. I mean, devil fruits have always been vague and then a little bit more streamlined. And even now, there's still so many mysteries, with the mystery of awakening, which I covered in a theory video earlier this week. But now we have fishmen brought back into the fold, which is nice. I like that some things aren't just, done and gone. We have Jack back and all that other good shit. So, before I run out of time, I might as well run through the last few things. I've spent a little too much time on those. KAIDO, I messed up his name. KAIDO, drunk, and his subordinates commenting on his little drunk's mood swings. Priceless. But not only that, we finally get to see a true, villainous KAIDO. Because before, we saw a suicidal KAIDO. That wasn't very villainous. I mean, it was imposing when he dropped down on that alliance with Kid's crew. But with Apu joining KAIDO, it's been hinted that Apu is part of that group. But what about Kid and Hawkins? Well, we haven't seen Hawkins. And if you look very closely a few chapters ago, during the Apu reveal, you can see what looks like Kid's pants in Excel. And that was confirmed this week. What happened to the rest of Kid's crew and Hawkins and his crew, we don't know. Given how quickly we found out about Kid, Oda might be changing it up and letting us know sooner than later. So that's good. But we go back to the Straw Hats. Well, let's just say I saw this coming a mile away. Luffy can't cook. He can't cook at all. At all. It's kind of funny, but he just can't fucking cook. So they really need Sanji. It's funny because when we get to Sanji, he actually says that they're probably, doing badly without him, and he is 100% on the ball with that. I mean, I'm betting Carrot's rations are gone now too, so they got nothing. But we finally get to see Baron Tamago at least react to Peckham's versus Capone. It seems that he is against Peckham's, emotional tirade as well, which is fine. That's fine. They're supposed to be villains. So it's not like they were supposed to have some weird, friendly relationship. I guess Peckham's is just different, which may or may not serve for the better of the story. So we don't know. We just don't know. On the other hand, now Vito shows us what Purin looks like Purin, however you want to pronounce it, she looks like that three-eyed girl. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. Maybe the three-eyed girl's a sister. I don't know. We'll find out sooner than later. It's funny, though. He's all love-struck, and just 2 chapters ago, Usopp said he wouldn't doubt that Sanji would at least fall in love with the chick after Zoro said that that was a possibility. Possibility taken. It's been proven. Boom. Will Sanji get back into his senses? Who knows? All I have to say is that we'll find out in 2 weeks. Because, yep, next week is Golden Week. So that sucks. Either way, we're all caught up in terms of certain questions we want to know, such as Kid. So, this was an amazing fucking chapter. I look forward to the next one. So, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to support the channel. Leave your comments down below. Tell me what you guys thought about this chapter and what you look forward to in the next one. Alright, this is Black Knight 94. I'll see you guys later. Till next time.